In the summer of 2019, Eden Hazard was one of the biggest names in football after dominating during his time playing for Chelsea. It was all but guaranteed that he would finally make the move that he had been linked to for so many years prior. Real Madrid at the same time also finally found their Cristiano Ronaldo replacement. Or so they thought. In today's video, we will be discussing how a world-class talent that is Eden Hazard, who had the world at his feet, failed to live up to the hype in his dream move to Real Madrid. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Back of the Net here. I hope you're all doing well. Now, Eden grew up in a football-loving family. His parents were both footballers and they later became sports teachers. He was raised with 3 football-playing brothers. One brother is Thorgan Hazard, who himself has had quite a successful career. Eden's childhood was filled with sports. He had a training ground just meters away from his house. His football journey began with hometown team Royal Stade Brunei when he was just 4 years old. After spending 8 years there, 12-year-old Hazard moved to AFC Toulouse. It was here that a scout from French team Lille spotted him. Lille offered young Hazard a youth contract, and Hazard's parents accepted the offer in hopes that their talented son would make it to the big time. In 2007, Eden Hazard's early career at Lille saw him join the club's reserve team after signing his first professional contract with the club. In November 2007, at just 16 years old, Hazard made his professional debut for Lille. Despite spending time with the reserve team and the under-18s, he was still so impressive. In the 2008-09 season, he became a permanent part of the first team under manager Rudi Garcia, making significant contributions. Hazard had some amazing performances, which in turn earned him a contract extension with Lille. He also finished off the year being named Ligue 1 Young Player of the Year. The following season, Hazard continued to shine for Lille, contributing goals and assists. With this, however, constant speculation surrounded Hazard around his potential transfer to other clubs, including some English clubs like my beloved Arsenal and Manchester United. But despite this, he remained at Lille. Hazard extended his contract again with Lille, and the contract was to expire in 2014. And at the same time, he continued to excel on the pitch. In March 2011, he received the UNFP Player of the Month award for his impressive displays the month. Hazard's amazing performances helped Lille win the 2011 Coupe de France and the Ligue 1 title, where he was named Ligue 1 Player of the Year, becoming the youngest player to win the award. In his final season at Lille, Hazard continued to impress with his goal-scoring abilities and playmaking skills. He was nominated for the Ligue 1 Player of the Year award for the 3rd consecutive season, and yet again he won the award. Hazard's incredible journey at Lille ended in him leaving the club as one of the most celebrated players, having achieved domestic and individual success with the club. In total, he played 194 games for Lille, scoring 50 and assisting 53 in those games. In the summer of 2012, Hazard moved to Chelsea for a £32 million transfer, which back in the day was a lot more than it is today. That doesn't hold much weight nowadays, but back in the day, that was quite a big transfer. In his debut season, he immediately showcased his talent. Hazard's debut saw him play in the 2012 FA Community Shield, although Chelsea did lose that game. But he quickly settled into the Premier League, making a significant impact in his league debut against Wigan Athletic, providing assists and a winning penalty. Hazard continued to shine, scoring his first goal for Chelsea against Newcastle United and impressing in the UEFA Champions League. However, his season was not without controversy, notably when he was sent off in a League Cup game for an incident, the famous incident when he kicked a ball boy. Despite this setback, Hazard concluded his debut season with an impressive tally of 13 goals and 24 assists in all competitions for Chelsea. In the period spanning 2013 to 2015, Eden Hazard's tenure at Chelsea reached new heights. He played a crucial role in Chelsea's campaign, including a memorable match against Bayern Munich in the UEFA Super Cup where he racked up assists but was ultimately defeated in a penalty shootout. Surprise, surprise, a German team beat an English team in penalties. Hazard's brilliance was evident in the Premier League as he scored some crucial goals, and he also made his mark in the UEFA Champions League. His exceptional performances earned him a nomination for the prestigious, or once prestigious, FIFA Ballon d'Or, highlighting his stature in world football at the time. Hazard's impact continued to grow as he played a crucial role in Chelsea's Premier League title-winning season under Jose Mourinho. He secured his place among the game's elite by winning the PFA Young Player of the Year award and finishing as a runner-up for the PFA Player of the Year. Despite occasional controversies, including a dispute with Mourinho, who didn't have a dispute with Mourinho, over his defensive contributions, Hazard consistently delivered outstanding performances. His dazzling form ended up in him being named Chelsea's Player of the Year for 2 consecutive seasons, establishing him as one of the club's all-time greats alongside legends like Frank Lampard. In the 2015-2016 season, it was a bit different for Eden Hazard. It was a challenging one for him and Chelsea. He faced a notable goal drought, enduring 2,358 minutes without a goal in 30 matches until breaking the dry spell with a penalty against Milton Keynes Dons in the FA Cup. During this period, Hazard came under scrutiny for suggesting that it would be difficult to reject a move to Paris Saint-Germain. However, his season had a memorable moment when he scored a crucial equaliser against Tottenham, denying them the victory that they needed to stay in the Premier League title race, and then helping Leicester City to become champions of England. Despite his struggles, Hazard's impact on the title race was still significant. He finished off the season with just 6 goals and 8 assists in 43 games, and Chelsea ended up finishing 12th in the Premier League despite being the champions the season prior. Between 2016 and 2018, Eden Hazard had a successful stint with Chelsea. He began the 2016-2017 season impressively, scoring goals and earning accolades like Premier League Player of the Month. Hazard played a pivotal role in Chelsea's record-breaking 12 consecutive league victories. However, his 2017 summer was stained with an ankle injury during international duty, which sidelined him for several weeks, causing him to miss pre-season and the Premier League opener for Chelsea. Nonetheless, Hazard had an emphatic return, scoring goals against Bournemouth and Brighton and Hove Albion, and reaching a milestone of 100 league goals. His performances throughout the 2017 to 2018 season led to recognition, including being named in the PFA Team of the Year. The highlight of this period, though, came in the 2018 FA Cup final, when Hazard won and converted a penalty, securing Chelsea's 1-0 victory over Manchester United, marking his first FA Cup win with the club. In his final season in England, Eden Hazard showcased his brilliance for Chelsea. He began the season on a tear, scoring goals and delivering some key performances. His impressive form led to accolades including the Premier League Player of the Month for September 2018. Hazard played an important role in Chelsea's successful Europa League campaign, scoring crucial goals including 2 in the final against my Arsenal. This helped Chelsea secure the Europa League. His 15 assists in the Premier League earned him the Playmaker of the Season award. However, after the Europa League triumph, Hazard expressed his desire to seek a new challenge, capping off his Chelsea career as a highly decorated player, including winning every individual award at the club for the season. Hazard finally got his dream move in the summer of 2019. His move to Real Madrid was met with incredibly high expectations. And despite a slow start due to fitness issues, he gradually found his form. Not quite his top form, but he was pretty decent throughout the season. He finished off the season with just 22 games played and just 1 goal and 7 assists in a season that saw Madrid win La Liga. It was commonly thought that all Hazard needed now was some fitness and a string of good games, and he would be back to his best. In the 2019 and 2020 season, however, his progress was disrupted by yet more injuries, including a significant ankle injury that sidelined him for multiple matches. In the 2020-2021 season, he again showed glimpses of his talents, but inconsistency and yet even more injuries continued to plague his time in Madrid. The next season saw Hazard facing increased competition and pressure, struggling for a regular spot in the starting lineup. Even more injuries and a strained relationship with the coach Carlo Ancelotti and the fans further hindered his progress. Despite some moments of brilliance, including a late Copa del Rey winner against Elche, his overall impact remained limited. Hazard won his second La Liga title with Real Madrid in 2022, but missed the Champions League final due to being an unused sub. In the 2022-2023 season, Hazard aimed to revive his career at Madrid, but faced more continued challenges. He scored his 200th career goal in a Champions League match, but ultimately reached a mutual agreement with the club to terminate his contract at the end of the season. Hazard's time at Madrid is marked by injuries, inconsistent performances, and unfulfilled expectations, leading to criticism and the label of the greatest flop in Real Madrid history. He also never played in an official Clásico match during his tenure at the club, which is quite a scary thought considering he's been at the club for 4 years. And as of right now, Hazard sits without a club and his future is unclear. Hazard went from one of the best players in the world and a leader of a golden generation for Belgian football to an overweight and uninspiring reserve player. His time at Madrid will forever stain his legacy, but his time at Chelsea is what I will remember when we talk about this player. You know, he had so much skill and he was one of the best natural footballers the game has ever seen. But with all this being said, I would love to know what you guys make of Eden Hazard's career, and I'll see you guys in the next one.